Finally, for those of you who've watched me for any period of time, you know that I love the new Spider-Man character, but I hate his recent costume since I want Spider-Man in these movies and not Iron Man Jr. Does this news give me some hope? Well, maybe, maybe not. You see, according to reports from Marvel costume designers, we can expect to see Peter Parker in a new Spider-Man suit in Homecoming 2 after Avengers 4. Now, of course, Homecoming 2 isn't the actual name of the movie, but that's just what we're calling it for now. From MovieWeb, this comes to us courtesy of costume designer Louise Frogley. She worked on the upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp, as well as Iron Man 3 and Spider-Man Homecoming. Even though she admits she isn't working on the sequel, Frogley says that Peter is going to be transitioning into manhood in his next outing, and thus, his costume is going to reflect that. Here's what she had to say in a recent interview. "I am not actually working on that film, but the costumes will have very big changes because in the film, Spider-Man becomes more like a man and not a teenager." The next Spider-Man film is currently set to hit theaters on July 5th, 2019. Now, I know there are a whole lot of you that love the Spider-Man costumes, the Iron Spider stuff. To me, it just makes him a cheap Iron Man Jr., whereas I really want Spider-Man, but I know a lot of you guys like it. But I gotta tell you, hearing this news that there's a new costume coming and this whole transitioning into manhood thing, that gives me some hope. Now, granted, maybe you guys don't share my hope, but it gives me some hope that maybe he's actually going to be Spider-Man again. Real Spider-Man, not some cheap Iron Man Jr. knockoff. And the new costume means him coming into his own, the whole manhood reference, him coming into his own and just being Spider-Man. That's what I'm kind of hoping for. Now, some people might raise an eyebrow and go, wait a minute. I thought one of the whole reasons you cast Tom Holland and put him in high school is because Marvel wanted to keep him in high school for a while. Well, that's true, but keep in mind, you can be a senior in high school and coming into manhood. And remember, Spider-Man's first appearance in the MCU was in Captain America Civil War back in 2016. By the time the sequel comes out, it's going to be 2019. So even if he was a freshman in Civil War, he's got to be getting close to the end of his high school career by the time Homecoming 2 rolls around. Maybe he's even entering college. Who knows? But maybe this whole manhood reference is kind of going to be a symbolism point for him transitioning out of high school into the college years of Peter Parker, which is one of the advantages of casting a guy who's so young in the role. Regardless of the costume and whether I like the Iron Man Jr. thing or not, I have loved this incarnation of Spider-Man. Now, I've also really liked all the other incarnations we've had, but Tom Holland is a great mixture of both the Spider-Man character and the Peter Parker character. I love what they've brought to the character through him, and I've really enjoyed it so far. So I am just dying to see this new movie, and having Jake Gyllenhaal involved with it, and apparently Michael Keaton's coming back too, there's a lot of reasons to be looking forward to it, and maybe an actual Spider-Man costume is one of the reasons I'm excited too.